Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the xsinick show. I'm hearing like some meaty stuff in the background, which is pretty cool. You know, I won't see what it is. Hopefully it doesn't get get tagged or whatever. But whatever. Let's move on. So today I'm gonna get into some level design stuff like that. So I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Doing some little level design work here and there. And look out for that new format in the future where we do like 1 hour dragon sculpts. So dragons, also known as dinosaurs, sculpting in Blender in the future, coming right up. Okay guys, so without further ado, I'm just gonna jump in, take a look at some of these levels. We might actually jump into doing some stuff on level 2. So this will be mainly level design. So you're gonna probably see me take some notes, do a bunch of different things like that. But we'll see how it all works out in the end and that kind of thing. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna get right to it. Let's go. Okay, you see me here with my a little bit of notes right here. Okay, so these are, I like to make like little notes and that kind of thing as I go along. But let's leave this note stuff out here for a minute. Let's quit that. Oh, forever updating. Come on, you're good to go. Oh, excuse me. Okay, excuse me, you guys. I'm gonna jump into Blender here, and I'm gonna fire up Godot. I'm gonna take a well-deserved look at level 1. Make sure got that somewhat squared away. I think it could be embellished a little bit more. Definitely jumping into level 2. We'll do some work in Blender on it. Oh yeah, this was our terrain test. I never got to the bottom of what happened to the terrain there, but we'll see. Okay. Yesterday was pretty interesting, We'll see if today gets as interesting as yesterday.
Where your shipping address types
Oh no, I got ads in here.
Where all your jobs go.
Excuse me, guys. Okay, let's load up a level here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, dokie. Here we are. Let's just zoom out here. Let's go to top view. I'm watching this now. Pretty interesting. You could choose to hide gizmos. That was a pretty smart thing to do. I'm gonna grab a snapshot of this, guys. Yeah, we definitely want a snapshot of what this this level looks like here. Grab a nice little screenshot. Excuse me. Copy the clipboard here. Or we could save it. Oh, call this level 1 plan here. Now let's see if we could do a bird's eye also. Something like this. Oh, we got some layers stoned off here. Probably for good reason. Yeah, where's all the trees, you know? Oh wait a minute, I think the trees are there, just we're not zoomed in enough. Okay, so that's cool. We could work with this. A little bit of a bird's eye. Let's go back to view there. Stop right there. Take a shot. Okay, I'm loading up level 2. As it stands today. Okay, we're gonna go into Blender now, but let's open the screenshots that we took there.
And we're back. The team is looking down the barrel of a 4:55 meeting.
We kind of have bridges like that, not too much. Okay, there may be some little things that, I mean, this kind of have something like that. Another top-down view of it. We could almost have a hidden thing in here. That might be interesting to have some kind of hidden thing in there. Wonder how viable that is. Let's take a look. I mean, I mean, this has so much like real estate right here. It'd be nice to like put something in there. That's what I'm thinking. Something in here.
Acne.
Let's see. I'm gonna open the files with that in there. Let's open the terrain file. I mean, almost anything is viable. I mean, there's a lot of real estate like up in here. There's like real estate in here. There's some stuff inside of here. You could probably do stuff in here. Top view. Let's see if let's map it out. So we're really doing like some design design work here. There should be a hole in here. Oops. And what if we have a hole in here also? We could work something like that, make a cut, smack dab a hole right up in the beeswax, right there. You know, let's lay it out. Okay, let's call this hidden area layout. Now, something like this you could do in like a CAD program. And there's like a CAD program in Linux called LibreCAD where you could draw like vector stuff right on top of this. But because we're in Blender, I'm gonna keep it to Blender. We're gonna draw a common kind of hidden area element. Let's see if we can get that to work. So what I'm gonna do, I just got ideas, guys. Check this out. I'm gonna put a circle right there. So the hidden area element. Hidden area is probably gonna be that wide. We're gonna conceptualize this. Let's keep it like a I was thinking something like a cabin. I like where this concept art here. Where's that concept art? I like what this here is doing. I like that. You know, I think that's a cool thing. So I'm gonna try for something like that. Yeah, dude, guys, I'm getting ideas. Okay, check this out, check this out. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be a long thing like this on a right angle. Like so. However we get to this, we're gonna get to this. It should just be long, one long area. It shouldn't be like I'm thinking, guys, it should be one long corridor. Yeah. We're gonna make a, I'm just trying to expand the play area. So this would be like a common hidden space. We can make this circle a little bit bigger. Okay.
Why miss out on soaking it all in?
Okay, I'm gonna stop this MIDI music, guys. I'm enjoying it, but I don't know if anybody else will. So let's go to some regularly scheduled stuff. This is nicer. Okay. Oh yeah, this is gonna be epic. Like I could just see it in my head right now. It's just, oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't think about this first. There's gonna be a common element, or whatever leads into this common element is gonna be different. That's what that is. I'll lay this out here. Rotate. Yep. want to duplicate this to see if this will work. This over here. I think it might. Definitely will. Okay. You have to figure this one out. Basically, I want this like this. I don't want it, you know, so let's see if we could get that to fit. Then we'll make up what this common space should look like. At least that's my idea. At least that's an idea that, yeah, so we could definitely do something like this. Yeah, bring this over here. Okay. So this is the only odd thing out of here. Yeah, it's a smaller version of this over here. Okay. Yeah, just trying to lessen the footprint of that opening right there. Yeah, this is a smaller footprint right here. Hey, it's Mr. Potatoes. How's it going, Mr. Potato? Hello. How are you this afternoon, sir? Dude, how are you doing? I hope your day and your afternoon is going good, Mr. Potatoes. Okay, so there should be 3 chambers to this level, I think. Or to this common element. Let's go right there. Let's bring this in. Sometimes I don't know if ads are playing for people, that's why, but you know, I'll just send a text. Say hello. Okay, so here we are 1. Well, we should leave this empty, so there's like kinda like 3 chambers, so that's kinda cool. Subdivide this. Just subdivide that. Oh, can we bevel that? Subdivide that. There we go. Yep. Got rid of that segment. I think maybe this wall should meander a little bit. So like what I'm gonna do. Yeah, boy. Go like that. It's gonna go straight. It's gonna go like that. Then we're gonna shift this over to the other side. Well, let's leave that. Yeah, let's shift this. Something like so. Yeah, boy. Oh. Not even curved. Let's remove these vertices. Remove the edges. Okay. Let's convert that to a curve. There we go. But you know, I do want to show the fact that this. Oh. Put that there. So subdivide this. Nice. Subdivide that again. Let's make it as small as the other one. Segment. Okay, here we go. So there's a middle thing here. We go to. So we're gonna develop what this thing looks like. This common element. And this common element is scattered over here also. Let's join that. Okay. I'm gonna put this right here, so like that. This little 3D cursor down there. I'm gonna rotate that into position. Yo, it's Koom. What's up, Koom? How you doing? Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna come in here and take these little extra hidden areas, and we're gonna develop what this looks like. I already have an idea in my mind, so we're gonna go in and we're just gonna mock this up really quickly. We could do this in Blender, which is great. We could do it in 3DCoat. We can mock this up anywhere we like. I'm gonna go the 3DCoat route only because it would allow, like what some concept artists would do. They would mock it up in 3DCoat, then they'll bring it into like a paint program and paint over it. So we're gonna do that for this. Just adding that little extra touch, and that will mark this level final, because it always bothered me in my mind. It always bothered me that this here had this amount of space just for mountains, you know, and I was always like, something should be inside of these mountains that you should be able to access. So we're gonna do that. What might be a cool thing, we could literally probably take these tile pieces and export them so we could work on that. So we could potentially do stuff to it. So that's kind of cool. So we're gonna export these tile pieces. Save this. Okay. Actually, let's select this whole area. Let's select these 2 tile pieces, and this we're gonna make a hidden area file. Okay. So cool that Blender you could copy and paste. I'm so accustomed, like a lot of programs, you go save selected as, which I think is very cool, but you know, one way of getting around that in Blender is to copy and paste. You open another Blender, paste that in there. There we go. Very cool. I am gonna hide this, save this, and we're gonna leave this alone. I'm wondering, is the textures attached to this? I think they are. I'm just gonna take a quick look. Let's see if textures are attached to the shading. Oh yeah, totally. Why isn't this? Oh, this is for displacement. Okay. Yeah, totally textures are attached to this. We're gonna leave this bad boy alone. Okay, let's see if we can select the outer edges. I'm gonna try to get a solid version of this here. Let's come here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to cut this cleanly. Try to bullion this. Or maybe, yeah, maybe we do something like that. Let's choose because I just want a section of this, but I don't want all the weird turns and all that of the terrain. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make kind of like a outline to kind of corral it all together. Scale that up. Let's go here. Let's make this a vector. Okay. They're gonna come like this. This is fine. Let's go a little bit more to the edge. I want this as clean as possible. Okay, I think that should be fine. Let's do this. Go across right here. This should work. Let's make this cyclic. Okay, let's see if we could just cut through with this. Like that, then this. So select everything. Faces mode. Let's see if this will work. Knife project. Okay. Yep, works somewhat. Looks pretty good. So let's just view everything. Come here. Do the other way around. Shift. Okay. There we go. clean cut there. Yeah, not so much, but whatever. It should be okay. Could probably get rid of this. Rid of that. Might want to clean this up here too. Might want to add this. There's some other kind of polygon happening in there. Oh, okay, that's part of that. Okay, let's separate that. Okay, so there was some stuff that got left back. Let's double check that. Hey, do you know how to add multiple animations like walking, running, jumping, all to one model? Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of what you got to do in order to have like to be able to import like a modeling with all the animations in Blender. It's a little bit of a process, but you just kind of gotta understand how Blender wants to do animations. I'll show you in a minute. Let me see if I can get this happening first. I mean, what I should say is if you want, I could show you in a minute. So there's things in Blender called actions, and that's how you apply multiple animations to one model. Select everything. I'm gonna apply a merge, wait for distance again. I'm gonna raise this up a smidgen. It says all these things are holes, but whatever. They may actually be holes. No, they're just like sharp areas. I don't know why that is. Yeah, you gotta understand what actions are trying to do. That's why, yeah, because that happened to me too. Like when I first started working with actions, it was like, what's going on here? This is all messed up. And then once you know, then once I kind of got it, I was like, oh, okay, that's what they're trying to do. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. So cool that it'll select the boundary. Okay, so that might be a thing there. Okay, we'll see if 3DCoat accepts this. But yeah, this will be a good basis of all that sort of stuff. I'm just gonna drop this in and see if it'll accept it as a voxel. This is a good little mock-up. It's a hidden. This is just a little test terrain, actually. I mean, this is not really what we. Okay. I'm gonna export this. File export as OBJ. Export. Export extension. Selected only. Okay. You cannot. I don't think you could import like CAD into any kind of like curves into 3DCoat. It's no big deal. We could deal with that here. I mean, literally, we could probably try to make it in Blender, but I want to have more fun than that. So, okay, so we're gonna hide these for now. I'm gonna keep this one out. This is a integral, pretty integral image in the whole thing. It's a catalyst of an image. Right here, we're gonna keep this. Okay, so let's launch that 3DCoat vibes. Let's see what's up. Actually, in a video, there was a video I made explaining exactly how to do what you're asking, Koom. Would you like me to show you now, or would you rather take a look at the video? Maybe both, huh? Let me see if I can find a video for you real quick. Let me import this real quick here, and then we'll do a video thing. Okay, let's see here. We want to import a mesh for voxelization. So import mesh for voxelization. Both you guess. Yeah, I was guessing you'd want it. I'll show you the video and then I'll show you a little example here. Let me just import this piece of mesh here. I want to keep on track, you know. I want to answer you guys' questions, and I want to share with you guys and you guys share with me. But at the same time, I want to be able to, you know, to Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Alright, we got our little area there. Let's go ahead and save this. So I'm gonna do hidden area concept. Oh, come on, hidden area. Concept art. I'm gonna make sure and save this in the right place. It's a working file, it's all good. 3DCoat assets. Levels. Save that. Okay, so now let's check out that thing that Kum is asking. You know, that's Conqueror of Kum is asking, and that's the let's first take a look. I'm gonna look remember I said I think I had a video with that, so let's take a look. And I think the video is in that learning animation in Blender. Little I think it's like 3 videos or 2 videos we made of that. So let's get in here. I think I actually did cover that. Okay, so yeah, so it's a 2 video series. All right, learning Blender. Let's learn Blender. Right? Animation part 1, animation part 2. Let's check animation part 2. I want to see. I think I did cover like how to do that in Blender. Hold on here, guys. Excuse. Oops. All right, let's check this out. Luckily, you guys are not here in living room with me in this room. I just farted. Excuse me. All right, let's check this out. Okay, so you gotta scrub down where I started to. Okay, let's see. I know I did break it down at one point. For the next, maybe in part 2, maybe. Scroll through. Because what I actually did is I broke out a whiteboard explaining. Scrub through really quick here. Okay, so this is rigging. Aha, right here. Now we should be okay. Now we should be okay. Okay, there you go. That's why it's good to double check stuff. Okay. Okay, right here. And it will work the best if the character's bones and physiology looks the same as the one that you're copying it from. Also, like, you know, I'm just kind of going through the, you know, a little bit of the process there. So you select these 2. I'm gonna duplicate so that so you grab. I'm just gonna press X. So this is our guy right here. So see if like we animate and repose this guy, we should be able to use the same thing in here. So this is how we're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna select this guy, and what we could do, we could actually turn off this wireframe. Did I break it on even earlier? Remember how we got there? We went up to the top here in the show overlays, and we turned on wireframe. Let's turn it off. Aha. Okie dokie. I think I may have done it earlier. I'll get an exact timestamp and I'll post it to you right here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab something to drink. Animation principles. So if you're watching out there and you're an animator, you're like, this guy's not mentioning animation principles, right? Things like anticipation and. Okay, so I'm gonna get you the timestamp. So you want to check this out. So it goes into how Blender breaks down. Hold on. We'll go back even further. Okay, right here. Yeah, I think I actually did go into. We got a low. I'm sorry guys if I got a little giddy talking with Vex there. Alright, here. Start. Okay, right here. So I'm gonna do an animation in Blender. It likes to create something called an action. An action is kind of like a container. I think that saves it, if I remember. I'm gonna post this for you. Check that out. And you want timestamp 3:29. Okay, and I'll go through it real quick. So watch that. That'll give you a good idea. But I'll go through it right now. Let's open Blender. Let's open our animation guy. Let's open our animation guys. So I'm gonna go file. I'm gonna go open. Let's go into tutorials here. Projects, fast graphics. Hold on. Stream tutorials. Yep. Learn animation in Blender. Let's go straight to the jump part here. Okay. All right. So this is how you do multiple animations in Blender, right? Okay. So what you do? All right. So what you do is that in Blender, right? When you're making an animation, you actually need 2 or 3 different things to look at, right? So the first thing that you want to look at is this. So you need these things, right? So you can set up your Blender to do what I'm about to show you. Let's come over here. Okay. You know what? Let's do it like this. Hold on. I'm going to try to really set you up for success here. Okay, this is how you probably want to do it. Let's do the timeline. All right, so you want a timeline like this. All right, you want a timeline, which is probably what you have. But on the side here now, one of the main things you want is the action editor. Right, and you want a curves, you want a graph editor. Do it like that. And what you want is the NLA. So let's see. Nonlinear animation. So you need these three things in order to do multiple animation. And I'll walk you through what these 3 things mean. Now in the video I sent you, I didn't go into like that kind of detail, but I'll do that right now. Please, if you're listening to me and if any part of what I'm saying is you need clarity, let me know right now and then. Okay, so I'll explain what it is. So it's called a non-linear animation because what you're doing, right? So this is what you're gonna do. I'm gonna explain it. First of all, when you make an animation using the timeline right here, right? When you make an animation using the timeline, you make keyframes. So if I select this guy, so let's make this a little bit skinnier. So So if I select this guy, you see keyframes for each bone. You see the keyframes for each bone that I'm doing here, right? You need the curves editor open. So whenever you make whenever you remove a bone, you could see how it curves, and you could adjust the curves to make the animation look a little smoother or more abrupt, right? So that's what this thing is. So after you do that, you come down to the action editor, which is very important. This is like the most important one right here. The middle one I have here called the action editor, right? This is almost like number one, right? So in the action editor, you'll see the same keyframes here, right? But you could see it for all the bones. If you select all the bones, you can see it for all the bones, right? At once. Now in the action editor, right? I'm gonna expand it. Right, in the action editor, if you look at that, if you look at the interface for the action editor, there's a thing up here, right, where you could view all the actions that you made, and that's how Blender stores different animations. So whenever you do an animation here in the timeline and stuff like that, it's actually making an action for that animation. This is stored in an action. This allows you to see the actions that is being stored. So if you click here, the top here, let me zoom in. So the top right here, you'll see a list of actions. If you make, if you make more than one action, you'll actually see a list. Right now, you see I have an action called jump 150, because I know I named it this. Because when it made it, it normally calls it action by default in Blender, right? So anytime you do any kind of animation, it just gives it a default name called action. I renamed it to jump because this is a jump, and then the 150 is 150 frames. This is for me to keep track for when I go into the game engine. I could see how many frames by the name of the actions. Now if you click here, you would see if you make more than one action, you'll see a list. So right now it only has this one jump action, right? So if I want to make another action, another kind of animation for this guy, this is what I would do. I'll show you. So seeing we have to make a new action to get new animations for this guy. So if I go back to the front, to the top here, right, where he's standing, and say like I just want an action where he's looking at his hand or something, right? Or he's running or whatever you want to do. You come right here in the action editor and you click on this, let me zoom in. You click on these double things, it's called new action. Hold on. See, it's called new action. And this is how you make a new animation for your model, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a new action. So when I click that, right? Notice, because I already have an action in here, all it did is make a duplicate. All it did is made a duplicate of the action I already have, right? That is okay, right? It's actually a different action, because if we come here and we click it, we'll see the original and you'll see the duplicate. All you gotta do is rename this, delete the keys and start doing new animations. I'll show you. Okay, so I'm gonna rename this. Instead of jump underscore 150.00, I'm gonna call it look at hand. So I'm gonna select all the text in here. I'm gonna start typing LOOK look AT at hand, HAND, right? And I'll put an underscore because I like to type how many frames. I like to put how many frames I did to make that action. So I'm gonna leave it like this for now because I don't know how many frames I'm gonna take to have him look at his hand. And I'm going to delete all the keyframes in here except for the keyframes at the beginning, because the keyframes at the beginning is holding this pose. So I'm gonna select everything in here. They're all selected already, right? And you could press Control Spacebar to get a full view to have this take over if you want. You could do that in any window in Blender. Control Spacebar, Control, if you put your mouse over here, Control Spacebar, right? So in here, I'm going to select the top set of keyframes, the top ones. When you select the top ones, you select all the ones below it. And I'm going to delete, press delete, right? So all that's in here is him standing, watch. If I scroll it, you see? All that's in there is him standing, right? But if I go back to the list here and I choose my jump, and I choose the jump, then I'm going to scroll and you'll see him making a jump, right? So the jump animation is still there, right? But we just made a new one and we renamed it to look at hand, right? So now you could do a regular animation like what you do in Blender. If you look at it, you see no more keyframes in there. Now you gotta make new keyframes, right? So I'm gonna turn on my auto key here, and I'm gonna move this thing here. So I'm gonna go a couple frames. Say let's go like, I don't know, like 10 frames or something. I don't know. That's a long time to. Anyway, let's do it. I'm gonna raise it up, grab it. All right. He's gonna pull his hand out like that. All right. I'm just choosing a simple animation to show you. All right. I'm gonna even animate his elbow right here, or his arm to kind of twist. Right, and I'm going to scrub it back to see what it does. Okay, his hand is raising up, he's looking at his hand. Right, so like here, I'm going to animate his head too to look directly at his hand. Probably even better than that. Let's go back here. He raises his hand up. Let's have his hand raised up and out. This. Right, so if he raises his hand, I'm going to have him look up at his hand. So right here, I'm going to select his head. I'm going to make a keyframe right there. And then another set of keyframes, and he's going to look at his hand. He's going to turn his head. He's going to look up at his hand as if like he's looking at some sort of some kind of power that he has, or emerald. Maybe he has a gem in his hand or something. All right, let's look at it. Right. I'm going to give a little bit overlap. I'm going to pull this back a bit. So as he raises his hand, he kind of looks at it. All right, so that's simple, right? So that's look at hand. And it took me, this is how I do it, right? It took me, let's say about 18 frames. So I'm going to type 18 next to the name. So it's now look at hand 18. That's just for me to know how many frames. Right? So that's how you make more animations in Blender. So say if like we want to make another animation with him bowing before a king or something like that. I'm gonna come here like where we went, remember up here in the action editor, right? So I'm going to come here where it says new, right? I'm going to click on new again, right? So it made another one. You see, give it like a .00. It actually made a new one, right? And I'm going to call this bow. Bow for king. Right? Underscore, right? You're asking me any rules to let's see, any, select everything, control A. So I'm gonna delete all these extra keys here. Let's say any rules to follow about how to position keyframes. I just assume how long an animation would take to me. Yeah, so this is what so that there is part of the what I could say, that's like the it's all to do with timing. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna like lay, there's a whole methodology behind it. So I would encourage you to watch that stream where learning Blender, where I did the animation of this guy. So what you do pose by pose. You do pose by pose with the timing, right? So you do pose by pose, like the poses you want the character to hit, and you could evenly space it. But then when you press play, you're supposed to look at it, and you're supposed to re-space the keys to get better timing, so it looks more natural. Also, you could film yourself with like a webcam to see the timing of things if you do it naturally. And also, there's different things with timing in terms of anticipation, squash and stretch, and there's a whole book to do with that. And I actually showed the book. I think I have a PDF of it. Let's see here. Let's come in here, documentation. It's called Animation by Preston Blair. Now, Preston Blair is a Disney animator, and he goes into all these kinds of things to do with timing and stuff like that. So when I was doing that series, please look at it. And I spoke about this book here, by Preston Blair. So you could check that. You could look it up on Amazon, see if it's still around. Learn how to animate, how to draw animated cartoons. I actually had this book in real life at one point. That's how I knew about it. Yeah, so it goes into timing, timing on frames. It goes into if you want, it just goes into different kinds of timing and spacing, like spacing your character like this. Look, this is a classic one, like the bouncing ball, right? Where as the ball bounces, if something reaches a pinnacle, more like a ball, because of gravity, you want it to slow down. So it slows down when it reaches the top, but when it goes closer to the ground, right, it speeds up and you have less frames. You have less frames to represent it, and then it squashes in and bounces up. So this shows speed. When you put less frames within a certain with more space between them, you get a faster looking animation. And when you have more frames with less space between them, you get a slower looking animation. That's what he's trying to show you here. So this is a whole science and stuff like that, and that kind of thing. So, and he showed you with a ball, and then he showed how to do with a cartoon frog, with a guy jumping into a pool. Yeah, so this guy, Preston Blair, and then he goes into here like how to do it with boxing, spacing, movement of body masses. Yeah, so, look at this. This is a regular walk cycle. You could try this. Right? That kind of thing. Right? So, yeah, it gets pretty in-depth. Yeah, so let's do in bowing. So we have the other one. So bowing for king, right? So let's do that. Let's select this. I'm gonna select these here, and there's a little trick in Blender you could do. See if we have it here. Hold on. Let's do that. Let's come here. Let's go up to 10. Yep, good bend. So he's kind of bowing like that. Let's have him hold that position. Right. I'm gonna insert some more keyframes. Right, and then we have him rise back up for less. Let's see him bow. Right, so he's bowing. Right, so that's another animation. How long did it take to get that? 30 frames. I'm gonna type that 30. Okay, so now we have all 3 animations in here, right? So we have him bowing, right? And we can have it playing. Right, have him bowing, then we have him, we go down, we select the one here, we have him jumping, which is the original one for the tutorial. Right, there's a lot more to this one. Him jumping. Right, and then we have the one of him looking at his hand right here. Was that 18? So if I type 18, it'll repeat on 18. There you go. I could have probably have him hold a pose, I didn't do that. But yeah, so that's how you get several, and so all these animations are on the model. Now, where for the last step of all this is this non-linear animation section right here. Right, so this is actually like clips, you know, like you're making movies of each animation, right? But this, the reason why I have this in here is because when you're exporting to a game engine, the game engine is actually going to look at these clips, right? So I have the jumping 150 frames here, I have the look at 18 frames, but I don't have the bow. This is game engine specific, right? So let's come in here. Let's go 30 frames in there. All right, so I want to add this to the non-linear animation editor, the NLA, right? So I'm gonna come here, and it has this thing called push. If I push it, all of a sudden we have bow for king in there, right? And this was already kind of pushed down. That was already pushed down. I don't know what this extra one is for. You could get rid of that. Yeah, not sure what that is. I'll leave it alone. But yeah, so you know, we have these different ones and stuff like that. See, look at hand. You know, we could activate each one by clicking the little check mark right here and jump right here. Right? You could start working with it inside of here also. Right? But yeah, so that's how Blender wants to handle this stuff. Now, the thing about Blender though, for me to close this up so that you understand this, is that I keep talking about having this extra panel over here, and I'll show you guys what this extra panel is. This is something I think Blender should have a little more exposed, but it's definitely in here. Now if you have this, you could totally tell exactly what's going on with all this stuff. So I'm gonna make it big. Okay, so this is what you normally have when you open Blender, this right here. Right, I'm gonna make it look like what it normally looks like. This is called the outliner, right? So normally in Blender you have the outliner right here, but this outliner only shows what's in the scene and all that sort of stuff. What you actually want when you're doing animations and material editing and anything like that, you want the outliner here. This is important. And you want the outliner that shows you what's inside of the Blender file itself. Please check this out. What you're gonna do over here is you're gonna make two outliners like this, but in this one, you're gonna come up here under where it has filters, this filters thing up here, right? And you're gonna change this one to show you what's inside the Blender file, right? So first of all, let's come up here, display mode, and you're gonna click Blender file. Click that, and all of a sudden, it's gonna show you, sorry, forget the filters, my bad. Just click right here, click Blender file, and it's gonna show you everything that's inside of the Blender file itself, right? So if you click on the actions, you'll see the actions I just made. Bow for king, jump, look at hand, and I have like a rest pose in here. If you want to see your materials inside of all the file, you click here and you'll see that it will list all the materials in your Blender file. Believe you me, this is very important because I've made files, I wonder why they're so huge, and I come in here and there's a bazillion materials that I have that I'm not even using, and I have to go through and you could delete them from here. Or I might do animations in here and I don't know what animations are in the Blender file for like this character, and they'll have it listed here. It does the same thing. It does the same thing for brushes. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's pretty funny. You wouldn't believe. Like I went through cleaning up a bunch of stuff and I was like, oh my gosh, like I was just moving blindly, just adding stuff. It's important to know these things right here. If you want to know all the objects is listed here, just like in here, right? All the meshes, all the collections, everything to do in Blender is inside of this filter, inside of this filter in Blender file. So I would encourage anybody that watches this stream, you would always see me have these two things here, and that's what these two things are. One is a regular outliner that shows you in the view, and the other one that shows you every single thing that's in your Blender file. So you could, like, you know how many times I've gone in here and found like 8K and 10K images that I probably looked at in Blender, but Blender kept it, and I have to go through and delete it so the blend file becomes small. Like, why did they keep it? But you'll find everything in here under like images and everything like that. But anyways, yeah, so that's it, guys. Cool, I hope that helped you. You know, that was a real good question. Glad you asked. You know, because there's so many people that'll probably watch the stream and be like, wow, how do you apply multiple animations to like a character? So that what I showed you there is not only for characters, it also is for objects, I think. So you could do it for objects too. So it's all good. If you ever run into problems with it and you still, I'll try to snippet that part of me explaining all that. I'll try to snippet that part into a separate video. But if you ever run into any problems, you know, message me on Discord, please. You know, I love interacting with you and everybody in the community. You know, all of Exercise Force. You know, everybody's part of the show. You know, definitely. Okay, so let's get to 3D coding. But guys, I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back, and we'll get into 3DCoat, and we're gonna do some concept art in 3DCoat and the Gimp of a new play space for a new common play space for Sol 3000. So it's not just level 1, it's gonna be in all the levels. So, you know, I have this idea of making a common play space. Right now, each play space in the game, all the levels are unique. But I want to have one play space that I could put throughout all the levels that's common, so you could always find something that you're familiar with while you're playing. You know, I think I'm trying to add depth and interest into Sol 3000 as much as I can as a designer. Okay, guys, so I'll be right back. We're gonna switch over to chat, and I'm gonna leave you guys with xsinick. I know she doesn't say much, but feel free to make her say something. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys in a minute.
Hey, hang on, you guys. I'll be right back.
Cuteness over 9,000!
Hello there.
Hey, okay guys, I'm back. Alright, yeah, just needed to take a quick little breaky there. Okay, so yeah, so I'm thinking of creating a common play space. So let's see if we can get that popping. I think that would be pretty cool. So first of all, I'm gonna slice this this mountain range in half here. I'm gonna start working on this thing. I'm thinking it's gonna be pretty cool. You know what, okay, check this out. I got this. Old xsinick got this, guys. Let's go to the side view. Slice this in half. I want to be able to remove the top of this and to see the common thing. And then we'll paint on it and do all kinds of fun stuff. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna go into split. Let's get a split tool. Man, we're almost done. Okay, check this out. I'm gonna split. Splizzy it. Let's split it. Okay, I think maybe there. No real good way. Okay, so it's split. Let's just organize. Okay, that's the lower half. Let's just use a different shade. Okay. Let's remove the top. Aha! Yeah, boy. Okay, let's come in with some primitives. Yeah, animation in Blender is pretty nice, man. But I know like Maya is king for animation. You know, that's like where a lot of studios use it, Maya. But you know what? 3D Studio Max is pretty nice for animation also. You know. But then you're talking to essentially a Max guy here, and I've used Max so long, it's like I don't know any other way. Okay, I'm gonna put that top back. Okay, you know what I want? I think like, okay, no, maybe I could, no, Blender is great, you know. I wouldn't recommend any other program. No, there's some programs that allow for like a little more intelligent animation. So I mean, I know there's one that uses AI to assist you with animation, and I kind of looked into it and I started using it a little bit, but it's definitely a little bit of a learning curve to it. Blender is more than adequate enough, like at least for what I was doing, for what I'm doing here with you know, with doing animation for games and that kind of thing. Definitely Blender is top notch. You know, I can't even you know, I can't see anything different because, you know, I wouldn't be. Yeah, Blender is great. You know, you probably wouldn't want to. I would say stick with the Blender route for sure. Okay, what I'm doing, guys, I'm trying to make a void in here. So I'm just going to do one side. We don't need the two sides, but I just brought the two sides in just in case here. So I'm going to make my first cut in here. What I did, I brought this out just to see if this will all work. So I'm just going to go ahead and just remove the subtract. Right? That's my first step. So So this is an idea I have. I'm hoping this idea works. I think it will work. And then I'm going to go to the top and also subtract from that. But the top one now, I want to have a skylight in here. So I'm going to use a cylinder. I thought maybe the sphere would be able to like get the way up there, but if you're playing in the game space, you wouldn't recognize it. You shouldn't. Well, you might see the difference, but it might be a cool difference. You'll see what I mean. Oh, let's just make sure that the top one actually has the sphere carved into it. Yep, yes it did. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the top. Tippy toppy viewy. Let's bring this cylinder in the middle. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna pierce a hole right through there. I think that's the center of the cylinder. It doesn't have to be accurate. Just has to be close enough. Okay, let's do that in the top view, in the top here. Go ahead, apply. I think that's enough of a skylight. Maybe it could be a little bit fatter, just to make sure it really shows up, you know. Okay, let's do that. Apply. Plazamos. Yeah, that's gonna really show. Yeah, so Blender is fine. I just want to go down inside of here just to take a look. Ah. Stop. Yeah, so this is what I want. So this is just beginning. Let's just continue with the design. Okay, now I need a different we need another primitive in here. This is why I wanted to use voxels, because it's just so trivial, it's so easy to do this kind of stuff in here. Primitive. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get a old box vibes going on. Alright, this is going to be our corridor. Top view. Alright, we're just making a common play space. That's all. That's all we're doing, guys. Let's make it a little bit thicker. Yeah, maybe something like that. Let's see. Maybe a little bit thicker. Just judging from this part here. Maybe a little bit thinner. I mean, we could always adjust this after the fact. Okay, I'm just gonna take let's make it a little skinny, a little bit skinnier. Yep. Probably just about river size, and I think the river is good. Go ahead and let's bring the surface of this up to where the land is right here. Yeah, it could be a little bit indented, but not much. I just want it to be about the same surface level, which is, that's fine. I'm gonna go back, top view. Thing we have to control now is how short it is. I think probably make it a little bit taller. Probably something like so. I'm going to raise it above the ground. raise it a little bit higher. Something like that, maybe in the ground. Okay. It's nice and high. Okay, I'm gonna orient this. You know, like, whom? Are you asking me like, is Blender fine or another program? Do you want to know other programs that's for animation? I mean, there's one that I was checking out, but you know, sometimes just checking all those things out could just lead to more confusion, you know, rather than just sticking with the one that you know, or the one that could be good for you. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? Okay guys, I think this might be good for what it is I want. Yeah, when it comes to animations, yeah, I see what it's saying. Now, there's some people who would do character animation in Houdini because Houdini is so advanced, you know, but that's, you know, I can see how, you know, but then people import animations from Blender and import animation, like animated characters from Blender, animated characters from Maya or 3D Studio Max into Houdini anyway, using FBX or other file formats. You know, like USD and all that, open scene description. But yeah, there was this one that I was using that's AI assisted. See if I could find the name of that thing. It's pretty modern, but it looks simple, but oh my gosh, I end up like really looking into it, and with the time it would take for me to learn how to use it, I could just basically do an animation in Blender by myself. So, and that's just a personal thing. So whichever software you're more comfortable in is going to be the one you're going to animate the best. Let's see. Let me see if I can find an AI assisted animation. I forgot the name off the top of my head. Yeah, Cascadeur. Cascadeur. This right here. So we've been looking at pretty cool software so far. Wouldn't you agree? Now, if you're talking about animation, this definitely is probably going to set your hairs on end. Let's check it out.
Cascadeur is an AI-assisted keyframe animation software aimed to speed up and simplify the animation process. To start, import your character and get it ready in just a few clicks. Set a pose within minutes using auto-posing, a neural network that will help you to achieve the most natural pose in a few steps.
I might still try to learn this.
Use autophysics to make animation from just a few poses. It follows the laws of physics, but the result can be edited at any time. You can get interesting animation from just a single pose using the mirror tool and animation cycles. Turn on secondary motion to add various subtleties, and quite literally bring your animation to life. Get creative, use any reference to quickly make the key poses, interpolate and let autophysics take care of the rest. Available for free on our website.
Oh, it's for free. Go check it out, Cascadeur. So I downloaded that, I played around with it, it's pretty nice. I don't think I have it still installed. You know, as a developer, developing a game myself, right? As a developer on Steam, I'd throw that in so you guys can go check it out. You know, look at the link right there, Soul 3000. The current state of the game is, you know, is not indicative of what we're trying to do right now. It's just more or less a placeholder, but by downloading it and being part of, you know, you would support me, and you would, you know, hopefully the final thing you know you're gonna like. Yeah, it is. I don't know if it's false. I can't say that for sure. You know, you'd have to check the website, but they offer it for free. You know, to a point. So I would check that out. I'm not sure up to what point. Do I have Cascador in here? No, I think I got rid of it because in the end, I think I would just want to learn how to animate properly in Blender, because it would lead into me animating into Maya and Max and all that. But I'm definitely going to check that back out again. AI assisted. It gives you subtleties. It's amazing. You know, so you could do a little bit of animation and all of a sudden the animation look as if like it's motion captured. And that's kind of what you want. So yeah, check that one out. Just thought I'll throw that in there with a big mix of hot software. You know, with the speed trees and the Houdini and all that sort of stuff. Cascador for animation. Okay. Okay, let's use a plane tool to cut through this. I want to connect this with some sort of open area. So there's a plane. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to pick also here. And then for the last one, I'm going to pick right here. That's all plain. I just want to see what it does. I think it cuts through everything. Ah, come on. Yep, that's what it does. Okay. Oh yeah, that totally works. Look at that. That's amazing. So I'm gonna use this here. I'm just gonna make a nice right here. So Blender is the most convenient for animation. Yeah, for me, because I already kind of know Blender and my workflow is already in there. I was wondering if there's one that is kind of more like Armory Paint. but for animation, that just makes animations convenient. Okay, yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, so I'll think that Cascador is kind of like that. But remember, Armory Paint actually grew out of Blender, so you know, don't forget that part. Yeah, but I know it's in like a dedicated animation. Yes, that Cascador thing is like definitely pretty good. You know what's another one? You want an industry standard one? Autodesk motion, I think it's Motion Mover. Look that up. That's what they use that. I think it's Motion Mover. Hold on. Is it Motion Mover? Can't remember. Motion Builder, sorry. There you go. That's industry standard Autodesk Motion Builder. Right? So Cascador is AI assisted, but this is what you would see animators using for like feature films and stuff also, besides Maya. They mostly use Maya, right? But Motion Builder is also another good one. Now you're gonna be like, man, this xsinick guy knows all the software ever made for CGI.
Welcome back.
Not quite, but you know.
We're gonna talk about the most underrated animation tool in the industry right now. That's right. I'm talking about Motion Builder.
Motion Builder. But you want to see some? But you want something even more convenient than that? You want something even more convenient? I'm just waiting for you to answer. If you don't already know about it, I just want to see. Do you want something? Do you want the ultra convenient one? Okay, so check this out. Do you know that Autodesk offers free animation for your models? I think it's Autodesk. Do you know that? And I've used it before. Do you know about that one? Alright, check this out. So I don't know if you know about this. Let's see if I can get it here. Resources. So it's not Autodesk. It's Miximo. My bad. I don't know if Autodesk bought a Miximo, but Miximo. Is it Miximo? Hold on. It's not even Miximo. I think it's Miximo. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So you could upload any character you have for free without putting bones to it, and it will actually animate your character. You want to see? Any character that you made. Make a character in Blender. Oh, okay, so you know about Miximo already. Okay, yeah, so I've used it in here with a lot of the characters that I've made. Let's upload a character. Oh yeah, I gotta sign in. But anyway, once you sign in, let's see if I can sign in here. And I've used it already. Sometimes I use Miximo as a base, and then I do my own tweaks in Blender. Okay, here we are. So yeah, so if you go to the site and you log in, like I've logged in here, and then you can upload any character that you have with or without a skeleton. You don't even have to rig it if you don't wanna. Let's go here. Let's look for a character. Characters. Let's export. Let's open this. Suit 2. Let's open it and see what happens. This is fun. So I think this character is not rigged. This is a regular OBJ. And it'll try to figure out. It'll try to rig the character. I don't know what character. I just choose the OBJ off my hard drive. While that's processing, let's go back to 3DCoat here. Okay, I like what I'm seeing. We hit enter. See if this does the deed. Kinda does the deed. Oh boy. You're gonna have to do this by hand. It's all good. There we go. I'll take a look, see if that, oh, look at that. It only did that arm. No wonder, it's like, what? Why is it only like an arm? Okay, I have to upload another. Oh, because it says arm on there. I should have read it. Let's see here. Let's see if this will work. Okay, here we go. So like I have like a basic kind of model here. Right, so you gotta just put like where you want the chin, that's the chin, where the wrists are. This is the wrist, elbow, up in there, knees. The knees, groin, where you put the groin. Right there, and then you go next. And it's gonna build a skeleton for the model to be able to animate in Miximo. Amazing. This is you know, this is the basic hero that we have in the game. So if you want to get animations up and running, this is how you do it. And a next cool thing you could do is, once you get the animations, you could download it in Blender and look at it to see how mocap, because some of these are mocap motion capture animations, and some of these, I bet you some of these are keyframed also. So you can take a look at like how it's animated. You can look at the keyframes in Blender. You know, kind of what level of animation you need to make something look realistic. Yeah, look at that. So right there. Oh, that's the exact animations that we have. Look at that. Doesn't that looks even better than what I have. That's cool. This is it, guys. So you just have to pick any one of these animations now. Like this one, the taunt. Look at that. Yeah, I've used this to get things up and running really quickly. You know, if you want something working really quickly, there you go. They have poses. They have walks. I like that catwalk thing. It is a woman in a suit, so. Hip hop dance. Let's check it out. Oh snap. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Anyways, guys. Yes, I've used this. Fun stuff. Okay, I think I have a basis here for what this should look like. Let's continue. I'm gonna add like I have some interior walls to add. I'm gonna put the cap back on the mountain area. See what this looks like. Yep. That's fine. We don't really need a cap per se, but it's good. Just lay out. I'm gonna lay out some more. You know what? I kind of want like a flat area around here, and then like this scoops down in. So I'm gonna use another primitive to cut into this. Let's go objects. Primitive, and let's use this this open tube. Okay, I'm going to bring the tube in the middle, somewhat in the middle. Something like that. Where's the interior? Let's look at the interior radius. Radius, top radius, bottom radius, relative hole radius. Yep, that's this one right here. I'm gonna bring this down to the level of the first floor right here. Something like that. Let's go ahead and subtract that away. Zoom out. Yeah, so this is what I was hoping. I was hoping that there would be like a dip in the middle, but let's do something a little bit more about that. just gonna make the outer edge a little bit wider. Oh, my bad. Let's do a relative hole. Radius maybe like about there. Wall thickness. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and relative hole top. So radius like about, yeah, radius probably about that, just as it hits the edge. And relative hole, let's bring that in. Let's see what we get there. I want to make sure it's not, okay, apply. Yeah, it's kind of the idea I had. I mean, it's a little more of a cylinder now, but maybe you shouldn't do that. Let's just go back out there again. Apply that. Okay, so maybe it's not that thick. Maybe we bring make that a little bit thinner. Maybe something like that. Let's try that. Apply. Yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit better. Maybe a little bit lower. Half that. Maybe that's it. I think so. Maybe a little bit less. I see the overall radius. Yeah, there you go. Maybe up to here. Maybe that's what it wants. Oh yeah. I think that's it. I think that'll work. It's a good idea. So I go back to quick pick. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's a little bit of a lip around there. Probably could have a little bit more of a lip. Let's go back. Do a little bit more of our lip. Let's do outer radius a little bit more. Let's make the height just a little bit more. Let's apply. Okay, I think this conveys the idea. So let's leave. I'm gonna leave that like that, and Let's just do the final stages of this idea here. So I want to add like some partition walls in here. Let's do that. Yeah, maybe about that thick. Alright, then we'll punch some holes through this. Yep, and this should be tall, going all the way up to the ceiling in here. Let's just zoom in. I think we got it anyway. So let's do that. Let's go to the top. Let's apply this. Let's do one. We want one definitely at the end here. It's all about adding new play spaces, guys. Apply this. Oops, my bad. We want to add. I'm gonna go ahead, add. Alright, so that's a partition right there. And let's do one at the beginning of the thing. So this is how you have to get in. Let's add there. And we want to divide this into 3 compartments. We just need 2. It's gonna go like about here. We don't have to get it 100% for now. Once we model it, go to model it in Blender or anywhere else, you can get 100%. Apply. Okay, okay, let's do some notches now where this space is gonna live. I'm just going to go ahead and just gonna do a little bit of that. What I'm gonna do, I'm also gonna go up a little smidgy. And let's go out a little bit. Something like that. So okay, we're looking pretty good. Do that. Let's apply. Let's subtract. Ooh. Yeah, I made a divot in there. Let's make sure and clear that. Okay. Apply. Let's apply. Okay, we're gonna come over here. Yep. And we're gonna stagger this one over here. And in that concept art, I like the fact that they have like a river or stream or some kind of water flowing through there. We're definitely gonna do that. Check this out. We're gonna totally do that. Let's take a look at the concept art there one more time. I love how they have that kind of flooded, you know, I love that look. So we're gonna do that. And this is all play space shaping up here. Just gonna go ahead and save this. I just lay down, I'm gonna lay down that plane again. Okay, so what I'm thinking, it might be cool if here's flooded and it empties back out into this river area. Just gonna swell this over here. Yeah, something like that. We could have like meander some more, you know, but hey, it's fine. Oh wow, that actually worked. Well, wouldn't you look at that? Let's go ahead here and delete this curve. Basically, this is the play space that we could use. I'm gonna go ahead and isolate just the play space itself. And we can just easily do that using the not even a split tool. We can use a cutoff tool. We can just go right ahead and go for the gusto. Go for the gusto. Go right ahead. Trimmer. You could trimmer all the fat. You know, it's all good. All right. Come right here. Yeah, we can just trim all this away. It's all good. Take a little cross section of, you know, what this thing could look like here. We don't need to, you know, we don't need to express that here. You know, once we do the one play space, we could embed it anywhere we want in the level. I'm thinking, at least that's the, you know, that would be the aim, you know. Nice and clean. Let's bring in the top. Alright, we could do the same thing to the top also. Gonna cut across like that. We can figure out that entrance later. Yep. Okay, so a little cross section, slice of paradise. Oh, I made a little hole in there. It's no biggie. We could easily cover that up in here. Where's our sketch tools? There you go. Simple. Okay, let's go into perspective mode here. Let's take a look. There's a little holes here and there we could fix. let's fix some of these little holes here. It's all good. Oops. Anyways, the inside of this could be interesting, right? We could like really sculpt this up. Not going to as of yet. Just want to get the basics of what this is looking like. So the real play space is from this point on here. Looking down, we just focus. I want to focus on the point right here. Okay, now we can rotate on that point. Okay. Right. So I think this will lead us to that that look that we're going for. I'm gonna explore this space here in a minute, guys. Just gonna focus on this point here. I'm just gonna back away in here. Okay. Let's just change the color of this real quick. This is all part of it, you know. This is how you make areas and levels and this kind of stuff, you know. You just gotta visualize it. I like how this is kind of dug in, so that gives it a little bit of, I think I'll keep that, even though it was a mistake, you know. And you know what could happen here too? Now that I'm in here, we should these walls should be streaked like that. Right. And of course, this should be a solid piece of something. I'm just gonna try to work a little bit of stuff in here, just so I can kind of have an idea of what I was thinking. We're gonna have to work on the interior of that. Oh, I could have a little hole right here, so we can fill that up. There you go. Alrighty. Okay. Shaders. Take a look in the render area. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Render. Okay, that's what I was hoping. I was hoping light was gonna come in at some point. That's exactly what we're getting right here. go ahead with this part here. Let's go back out into the sculpt. Focusing on this one here. I want to see what here looks like. That's it. It's going to render. So this is what I was hoping. I was hoping that the light comes in through the top. Oh, let's turn off this extra light. Extra lights. Delete that extra light. Let's just keep it like that. Find some. Light height. Light rotation. Just zero all that out. That's interesting. Just turn the environment lighting off. So that's a like dark light. Environment light I'll put on 3. So there's probably some holes in here, that's what's going on. The best way would be to get this into Blender and work on it. So basically I'm trying to get a light down into this hole. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this piece down. Actually, let's leave that there. So from 60, let's go to 70. Alright, so there's a little more going down into the hole. Rotation angle 0. Rotation angle, let's give that 30. It's more on that side. It's more on this side. Alright, so this is a dark. Okay, I see what it's doing. It's a little bit more like that. Is that 50? If we get back down in there. Okay, I'm gonna select this. Where is sculpt? I'm gonna apply uniform space on that. Apply uniform space on this. Let's just add a little more resolution. There you go. Don't really need it, but hey, kind of need it. You want to be able to frame this in a way that kind of sells what's going on. Oh, you got a little peek of the hole up there. Let's see if that works. Yeah, okay, so now we're seeing the light boosting through the hole up there, going into that cavern. This is opening up. Okay, okay. Not too bad. Alright guys, I'm going to, I'm getting close to calling this good for now. I think we could do a better lighting job in Blender for sure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and let's come in here. Let's go back into sculpt mode. I think this concept might be is working. Okay, I'm going to select the top part. I'm going to see if I can squishy him down, and then we're gonna bring this into Blender, light it, and it's going to be the basis for our concept art. For Blender, we could get cameras up in there. In 3DCoat, you can kind of do that, but it's not really, that's not its strongest point. Blender, that's Blender's strongest point for sure. Like, you know, doing all that sort of camera work and all that. I'm gonna squeeze that down. So it's not quite a sphere, you know, it's probably like a, I don't know, something other than a sphere. It's like a, like an oval. Now let's see if we can merge all this stuff together. And then probably even better, after we do that, then we could like just do a auto retopo on this really quick by decimation, which is really fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and merge stuff. Let's drop this in here, drop that in there, merge subtree. Okay, so this should all be one, right? And then I'm going to do auto decimate. I'm going to do a decimate on this. Right click, and that's our retopo via decimation for cool color to do this. Yeah, this is fine. Let's go ahead and do that. Right click, retopo via decimation, which is not a big deal. Do that in 2 seconds. Okay, let's go okay with whatever that gives us. Look at that. I think that looks great. Right, so we're already in retopo. I'm just gonna go ahead and bake. We don't even have to bake. I mean, this is fine as is. We could just export this straight into Blender. It has all the hallmarks of whatever it is we need. Right, no need to get super fancy. Let's just go ahead and export this. So mesh, export selected. Or you could just go export. Alright, I'm gonna go work files, Blender assets, levels. Oops, let's go back to the tippy top, Blender assets, and I have an import folder. I'm gonna call this play space. For concept. Oh, rather call it hidden area. Let's keep the same naming convention. Let's go ahead and save that. Yeah, so I was able to just throw that down in 3DCoat real quick. Let's go into Blender. And just so that you know, Blender, you could actually go from 3DCoat straight to Blender, because there's like a plugin that allows it to like import straight into one another without you having to go file import and all that. So that might be a cool thing at some point. So I'm going to import the low-res model in here. File, import wavefront object. Let's go to import here. So date modified, hidden area, terrain. Oh, that's not it. Hidden area for concept. That's what we want. File, import, OBJ. Go into Blender, work files, Blender assets, import, modified hidden area for concept. Yeah, it says it's imported it in. Let's take a look. This is it. Yep, and that's the low poly. Ready to go. Size a little bit different, but it's all good. I think the size might be some kind of factor of 3. It's all good. We could just, you know, we could leave it or we could scale it. I think I'm going to scale it. Let's go ahead and scale that. It's all good. It's all good, guys. Yeah, see some factor of 3 right there. Called it. 0.3, 0.3. I forgot the exact thing. It's like 3 point something or the other. See if we can find the same features. Yeah, it's the same feature right there. I think it's 3.33 or something. 0.33 or 3.3 something. Anyways, let's leave it at 3. Something like that. We don't have to get it exact. Okay, so I'm gonna hide this. This is what we want. I'll select that. We can actually cut this away even more to expose certain areas. So we don't actually need the outside of this. I'm gonna go here, wireframe. Let's go wireframe. Let's go faces. I'm just gonna cut around this. I'm gonna duplicate this guy. Oh. Duplicate. Tab. Let's just get a nice mesh, a nice thing that we could just open this up and just cut away. Right, we just want to cut out this excess. We just want the interior at this point. You know, the exterior doesn't matter, right? So it could be in any part of the level. Even this part doesn't matter, but I'm gonna keep it. Alright, let's go ahead. Right. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and subdivide this. Subdivide, subdivide, should be enough. Just gonna get us close to the parts that we need. Something like that, something like that. Yeah, so this looks fine to me. Alright, let me go ahead. Let's apply rotational scale to this. Okay, I'm going to select the new boundary, select that. A wireframe. Just going to zoom in to here. Or maybe we do it with a boolean. Let's boolean it. Blender might be able to handle that. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's boolean this. Convert this to a mesh. Vertex, face. I'm gonna connect these just to kind of give it a little bit of something to hold on to. Okay, let's extrude this. And we're gonna do a like an intersect. Right, we're gonna intersect. Select that, with this to that. Let's type boolean. Right, we want to intersect. Don't know if this will work, but let's try it. Ah, that did work. And it worked really, really well. Oh my gosh. What? That worked really well. Wow. Didn't. That was a pleasant surprise. And look, it selected all the parts that we don't need. So you know what we're gonna do with this, right? We're gonna delete these parts. Let's just zoom in and just double check. Yeah, we don't need any of these parts. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead, delete faces. Yeah, all we need is just that inside interior. Wow, awesome. Very cool. We could just go ahead and clean up the rest, no big deal. I'm gonna use a what do you call that? Like a bisect. Okay. I'm just gonna use a bisect to kind of get at the top of this. Clear. Just gonna go a little bit Yep. Okay, so that cleared more. Oh, we got a whole piece right there. I don't think we will get this piece here. Nope, didn't think so. No big deal, we'll just delete these. Not a big deal. I mean, we could technically keep it. I mean, it's not gonna hurt anything. We just need to get a camera down in here. I'm gonna go ahead and just do the responsible thing and just nuke the site from orbit. That's an alien reference, in case you guys don't know that. I say to be safe, we nuke the site from orbit. Okay, so that's somewhat cleany. Alright. We're like, oh my gosh, Nick, you could have just bullion the whole thing, you know, like just simple boxes. But hey, you know, we got to where we needed to be. That's the important thing. Ah, now we could explore the space with a blender camera. Just gonna go ahead and just make sure we're in the good. Face culling, yep, yeah, boy. This is exactly what we want. Let's go ahead and save. Oh, this is not saved? Okay. Pull this level. And then display area. Let's drop a. Okay, so I'm gonna. Let's bring this in the middle. Seeing that this is an element unto itself, and we just I'm gonna bring this directly in the middle. It's not perfect, but we're getting to where we need to go. That's the important thing. Grab Z, let's bring this down up to here. Up to there. Just want to make sure there's no hole in here. Okay, there's no hole. Let's make a camera. Okay, we're almost done here, guys. Zero. 90. What the? There you go. Come on. Can do it. Okay, we're gonna go into the camera. Let's explore the space. See, I wanted you to be able to go into a shallow divot. That's what I wanted. And I wanted when you look up to see like this circular thing. So we're gonna light this in cycles. I'm gonna start from here. I'm gonna frame this. Alright, we need let's get a proper lens on this camera, or somewhat of a proper lens. We probably need something a little more extreme, like 32 maybe. Yep. And I'm gonna go, let's do the pass out thing so we're not distracted by the whatever's in here. That's what we're gonna render. So it's gonna save again. Shift F to do the walk to fly through. I want to be able to look up at the skylight. Let's just show how big the scale is, because like you have to back up to see the entirety of the. You can't see all of the skylight, but we could watch up to here. Shit. Go to the side here again. This is the wall. Look over here. We'll see some river going from left to right. This is just, I don't know, like just some classic framing. 2. Take that 22 millimeter. Actually, you know, 55 is more of a movie frame, you know, but I'll like completely compress everything. But you know, 55 millimeter. Well, you know, I don't want to get into lenses because people could out lens me any day. Okay. All right, so let's go into some shading here. So we're just going to start with the basics. Jump up into shading, get into the camera view. Right, we're just going to light the scene as is. Let's just see what material this has. It has no material, so it has a basic material. Hidden terrain, copy. Yep, basic. No thrills, no frills. Matte. Alright, it's going to be the basis for our concept art. Right, and the inspiration comes from this right here. So we could do all kinds of stuff to get to this kind of feel. So let's see here. So let's just drop in. Let's just do an interactive render. Let's make sure it's cycles, so that makes sense. Let's go GPU. Right, so there we get some stuff happening. I'm going to set the samples to 64. Put denoise, do the same thing. 64. Denoise. Alright, now we're going to the world environment. I'm going to add a sky. Alright, so when you add a sky, all of a sudden, bam, it starts to light up. Nice up your time. So, right here. Okay, so I know some like default things. So I know like the elevation could be like 60. So you get more of the sunlight coming in through the hole and hitting the insides. Let's see, the rotation. Rotation is tricky, so let's go 30 to see what that does. Okay, so that kind of hides it. We have to rotate it in view to see what it does. I don't think it's updating fast enough. So I'm trying to rotate it so that there's a streak of light coming through here. You can see where the hot spot, where the circle of the skylight is coming through there. So you might want the opposite of this. Yep, there's the light. No, it's not a peak. Flash through. Oh, look, there's the sunlight coming through there. Let's change the angle. If you change the angle, let's get a little bit low until it cuts off. Let's keep it like right here. Yeah, let's have that coming through there. Okay. Sun intensity. I always think the atmospheric strength is a little too much. Let's go 0.5. Actually, you could go lower than that. Go like 0.3. Okay. So this should be good. It's Shift F. Let's reframe the camera. Whoa! That's it. Shift F, reframe. I'm going to take a look and layout, see what we have, what we're working with. Yeah, there's a whole thick thing happening here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, we're gonna do some sculpts in Blender. We can do some sculpts in 3DCoat also, but we could do some sculpts in Blender and work and play around with this thing. Let's just drop a plane and see if we can simulate some of that water passing through there a little bit. Let's go here, plane. And I actually have a concept for our villain that I didn't know how I was going to realize him, but now that we came up with this thing, I think this concept might actually be valid now. The top view. Let's just run this water plane. Oops. Edges. Look, it started to get it started to fizzle out right here, which is not bad. I like that. Good base. Let's go back into our camera. Yeah, we can see the river area running through. Okay. Let's go back into shading. Let's take a look. Let's just drop a little material in the river area. Drop the same material, but you know what? Let's do something different. Let's turn the roughness all the way down so it's a little more reflective. And remember we have that like kind of like the orange water going through, so maybe that's a thing, right? So what's going on is that the orange material is bouncing around. Let's give this a little bit of rotation. Take a look down in. I'm gonna go ahead and back this culling on that. Let's grab our camera. Just raise it a little bit. Something like that. Alright, instead of this white, let's you know, white is a good judge of things. If we could get white, then you know it works. This is doing an accurate job by bouncing the color there. But let's change this to like a rock gray or something. Something like that. Specularity on that should be 0.5, and this should be rough. Let's touch that water there a bit. Doesn't have to be specularity. Go ahead and turn the alpha down on that. So if you turn the alpha down on it, it's not gonna. Let's not make it orange right now. Let's turn it. Let's not do that right now. It's gonna go back to this. I just want to be able to see the reflection of the stuff back up in here. Let's see this reflection come back into there. So the specularity. Okay, we're gonna turn the specularity up. We're gonna turn some metallicness up. We turn it all the way up. You get a perfect reflection up in there. That's what we want. We want to see a perfect reflection. Let's turn that down. Let's bring it up a little bit. Smidgen. Just getting a little water action going on in there. The alpha. If you turn the alpha all the way up, we get that. The sheen down. Okay, so we almost get like a 1-for-1 reflection happening there in that water. So I'm going to introduce a little bit of roughness to indicate a little bit of noise on that. Yeah, like so. I think that works. Let's go to version 60. Let's bring it back up a bit. Let's go 0.6. Something like that. Okay, so we need some kind of internal lighting and all that sort of stuff. So I think this is working. We could turn up the ambient. Let's turn the ambient back up to 1. It's all good. The sun intensity, you could turn it up higher. It's all good. I get a little more contrast happening in there. You can even go 3 on it. It's not a big deal. That's basically looking. So we're gonna take some shots. Right, and we're gonna sketch on top of this and do stuff. Let's just go and we're gonna take some screenshots of this, guys. I'll do some quick renders, and then we're gonna use those renders as a basis for this, doing like some kind of concept art painting of our new play space. Like I want to balance being able to see the skylight goes through and actually seeing the ground. But that's the important part, because you'll be mostly on the ground looking at the ground in the game. Something like that. I think that's neat. Pull back on it a little bit more as much as you can. Oh, crash into the wall. All right. Yeah. Let's grab this. Okay, see if we can do a render for that. That's looking good enough. Just gonna go ahead and I wish I got some ceiling though. We need to get some ceiling. Hold on, guys. Make an impossibly flat camera. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I mean, oh my, that's crazy. Gotta be careful. 15. Yeah, there we go. 15 mil for interiors. Wide angle lenses. Oh, why am I typing caps? For 2.8 millimeters. Wow, that's really just a fisheye, right? 24. 17 to 28 millimeters. 11 by 14. .8 macro, 35 millimeter, 28 millimeters, 24. Sigma 18 to 35. Let's do that. 18. Okay, let's go ahead and render that. I wanted some ceiling. Let's cheat and let's do a backlight. No, let's leave it. Let's go ahead and save this image. make another camera. Let's put a camera in this space right here. So somebody asked me one time how to switch cameras. You just have to make a new camera. I think go view, cameras, set active as cameras, or I think you can come here. View. Is it up in here? Local camera right here, yeah. I got one to do that. It's another way. So let's see. F, let's explore the space. Oh, I like that. I like that view right here. Like, look at that view from like the top looking into the thing. And that's kind of like what our concept art that we were emulating looks like. Let's do one like this. And it was actually, the concept art is kind of like this looking back almost. Let's do this. I like that one. Let's grab that one. Almost like this is kind of cool too. I like this too, but this gives you like kind of forward motion. Framing is really where it comes up, where it really comes down to like the story you're trying to tell. Let's stick with that one. Let's go 12. Okay, I'm gonna save this. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do it inside the interior. Let's make another camera. So funny, you could explore these spaces. Oh man, that's a hot shot. No way we could get both that and that. It have to do some major cheating to get that shot. Let's do that. Let's open up this camera. So 12. Yeah, that's some major cheating right there. We had 18. We could probably make it like tall, so like what we could do, we could come here, capture that like that. Let's do one. Then we do another one and stack it and make it tall. So this is one. Let's save. Stack as duplicate. Let's jump to this one. Just gonna come here. Just gonna look up a little bit. I'm going to capture that. And what we could do for this one shot, we could actually make a rough model of what the enemy might look like and stuff like that. I do have a sketch. File. Content 4. 3. Alright. Just because I want to know what things look like. Duplicate this camera. Let's get another camera happening up in here. I just want to explore. Let's see what the rest of this looks like. Alright, going back here is dark. Oh man, I like that shot. Yeah, we definitely need like some ambient backlight to cheat. That's definitely a shot right there. Let's back up some more. Wow. Let's come down to here. That's an interesting shot right here, you know. Like leading into this whole thing. I'm just gonna grab this shot here, just in case. Yeah, let's grab that shot there. Oh yeah, this is going to be our project, man. Once we get this play space built, it's going to look awesome. Let's go ahead and save this. We'll probably get entrance. Alright guys, so I'm gonna call this good for now. You understand? Definitely we're gonna bring these into the Gimp and we're gonna like Photoshop it up to that or Gimp it up to that. That'll be a lot of fun. So you know, this probably wants like something cool in here rather than just like a boring old you know, let's put a thing up there. Get some stuff happening here, guys. Oh, this is a render. So let's come here. Let's drop that 3D cursor up in there. Let's add an Omni point. Let's tune up the wattage. Yeah, let's make this like green or something. Yeah. So, I mean, some ideas, right? Let's grab this, let's grab that. Alright guys, so I'm gonna call that a stream for now. You know, this should turn out to be interesting, I'm thinking. You know, of course, you know, part one of, you know, getting some concepts happening and that kind of thing, doing some you know, concept design for an extra play space and that kind of thing. So we're gonna see how all this is gonna pan out, how all this is gonna work out. I think it's gonna end up being pretty cool. So okay guys, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Take it easy. You know, thanks for tuning in and everything like that. So I just want to shout out everybody who came in and said hi, from Potato to Coom, of course, you know, and yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions, or like, you know, just if you need a second opinion, hey, come and ask you about the xsinick here. You know, what he thinks about X, Y, or Z, or whatever it is. So, okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit. God bless. Take it easy. Peace.
What is that?